The Succulent Selection College Basketball Mid and Low Major Show, Part 1 of 2, is next with me, Sniffy McGee. Oh yeah, baby. October 29th, 2025. 5 days till opening day. Who's ready? Sniffy McGee here, Succulent Selection Show, youtube.com/at Succulent Selection Show. You can also follow me on X at the Sniffy McGee. Things will be picking up on my X once the season starts. I will be posting all of my daily picks up there, as well as partnering up with the man known as the Booge. You can follow him at Ride the Booge. That's BOOJ. Season starts Monday. This Saturday, we will be doing our last conference preview. I will be joined once again by the man himself, the keeper, as we will be doing the Big 12. But today, I'm going to be ripping through my picks in some of the low and mid-major conferences. Part 2 of this will be coming up after this. Now, I'm not going to do every conference today. I'm just going to do about half of what I got left. Some of these I'll be letting you know who I like and who I don't, and we're going to rip through these pretty quick, maybe 30 to 60 seconds per conference. I'm not going to go too deep because we got a lot of conferences and a little time to do them. So the first one we're going to start with is the WCC. This is the final year, unfortunately, of the Gonzaga-St. Mary's rivalry, as Gonzaga is going to be leaving to the newly reborn Pac-12 next year, along with Washington State and Oregon State. So this conference will look much different next year. Start at the bottom. Teams with no chance: Pepperdine, Portland, Pacific, San Diego, all no shot at all, along with LMU, Seattle, Washington State, Oregon State, Santa Clara. 3 teams that I think could make the NCAA tournament are San Francisco, St. Mary's, and Gonzaga. But this is clearly Gonzaga will get back to being the conference champion after St. Mary's won it the last 2 years. Gonzaga is my pick to win the conference championship at -185 regular season champs. Moving on, next conference is the WAC. This conference is down to only 7 teams, as Grand Canyon is left to go to the Mountain West a year earlier than they were supposed to, and Seattle is gone, as we just talked about, to the WCC. So we are only down to 7 teams this year. Next year they will be adding, I believe, Little Rock. So to get to 18 conference games this year, they will play each team 3 times. So I'm going to tell you right now that my winner of this conference is Utah Valley at -105. Moving on to the next one. The next conference I'm going to discuss quickly is the Summit. St. Thomas is eligible to go dancing this year, and there are new coaches at South Dakota State and Oral Roberts. St. Thomas is finally eligible after their transition up from D3. They just skipped D2 completely, and they are my pick to win this conference at +150. South Dakota State could be right there. They're at +300. I don't believe Omaha can repeat what they did last year. That was a special year, and usually after you have a magical year, the next year it just doesn't have any magic left. So give me St. Thomas at +150. That moves us up to the Southland Conference, which this is the conference that McNeese has been dominating the last 2 years, and they are predicted to dominate it again as they are sitting at -200. And even though I believe McNeese is likely going to win this, I'm not laying -200 with them, especially when there are some higher odds teams that have an actual shot. The only thing that concerns me is the 22 games conference schedule definitely favors McNeese. The more games you play, the more chance. If you told me this was a 16-game schedule, I'd probably be more likely to say anything more. It's like shortening a game. The shorter the schedule, the less variance. But I'm going to go and I'm going to take Lamar to win this conference at plus 800. Give me them 8-1. I'd rather take a shot with them. It's going to move us along now to the SoCon conference, which is one of my favorite conferences as we move on here. I love Furman is one of my favorite teams. I have a soft spot in my heart for them, especially after they beat Virginia a couple years ago in the first round. Furman plus 190 to win this conference is my pick. Sending us to the next one will be the Patriot League. Now, Colgate has run this league forever. Last year, American got in after I believe they tied for first with I want to say Bucknell, but then American won the conference tournament. They represented the Patriot. Colgate should be back on top this year, but I believe that the door is open for Navy, which is returning the most minutes in this conference as the oldest team, I believe. They're plus 285, and they are my pick. Give me the Navy midshipmen to win the Patriot regular season title. Next one is a pretty boring one. It's the Ivy League. I'm not even going to really talk about this too much. I am just going to be taking Yale at minus 140 to win this. Shouldn't be an issue. I don't believe Princeton's one of the guys I think is sitting out this season, so I don't believe they're a threat. So I'm just going to take Yale at minus 140. Moving along, we go to the Big West, where another one of my favorite teams and a Men of March person, Angelo, loves this team as well. The UC Santa Barbara Gauchos. I know that UC San Diego won this conference last year. I know UC Irving always is right there too, but I am still going to be going with the UC Santa Barbara Gauchos at plus 180 to win this conference. That moves us up to the Coastal Athletic Conference, the CAA, where last year the conference champion, regular season champ was Towson, and then UNCW Wilmington represented them by winning the conference tournament. This year, I believe that UNCW will win the regular season, but will not represent them in the tournament, but they will win the regular season, and that's why I have them at plus 250. Give me UNC Wilmington at plus 250 to win the Coastal Athletic. Moving along next, we got the ASUN Conference. I believe Queens is available to now go to the tournament as well. Lipscomb won this league last year. I think they won the regular season and the conference tournament. Betting favorite is Eastern Kentucky, but I'm going to take FGCU, Florida Gulf Coast at plus 325 to win this conference. I believe it's time for them to get back on the top. The America East Conference is going to be next, and this one's going to be, it's back. It's time. Vermont is back. I believe Colgate will win the other one too, the Patriot, but Vermont, I have plenty of faith that Bryant has lost their coach. They're not going to go back. Vermont at minus 145, not the best odds, but I'm going to ride Vermont at minus 145 to win the America East. The next conference is the Mountain West. This is the last year really of how this Mountain West is going to look, as Utah State, San Diego State, Colorado State, Fresno State, and Boise State are all leaving for the Pac-12. This year, Grand Canyon joins a year earlier than they were supposed to. So I heard a lot of teams are not happy about that. But regardless, I am going to be taking San Diego State at plus 115 to win this conference. Conference USA is another chalky conference to me, which I'm going to pick. I am just going to go with Liberty at minus 115 to win this one. Last year, the winner of this conference was, where is it? Liberty won it last year too. So yeah, no problem there. We go Liberty, go back to back, minus 115. Next conference up is the Big South. High Point has been running this conference the last 2 years. Even they won it. They won the regular season and the conference title last year. The year before that, they won the regular season, but lost to UNC Asheville in the conference tournament. I know they no longer have Alan Huss as the head coach, but I still think they have the most funding in the conference, the most NIL. They act like more of a higher major than they are. So give me High Point at minus 130 to win the conference for the third consecutive year. And now moving to another one of my favorite conferences, the American Conference, where I see the betting favorite is South Florida, but I am not going against my man Penny Hardaway. I am a Penny supporter until he gets fired, whenever that day comes. So I am taking Penny Hardaway and the Memphis Tigers at plus 220. I like the price at plus 220. If it was a minus price, I'm definitely not taking Memphis. If it was close to even money, I'm not taking Memphis. But at plus 220, I'll ride with Penny. Don't let me down, Penny. And that is going to bring an end to this edition of the mid-major, low-major podcast show. I'll be back to do the conferences that we haven't done yet. We'll be doing that probably tomorrow, maybe Friday, and then Saturday we will be back with the keeper himself as we wrap up the conference previews. Thank God I'm burnt out from these goddamn previews. We're wrapping up with the Big 12, and then we're going to be kicking off the show. The regular season starts Monday, and we will be coming to you 3 or 4 nights a week, mostly with recaps on the bets, recaps on some of the games, any crazy news and notes and weird shit. And then I'll have to give Keeper a sniff fact on Saturday. So if you're interested in my weird sniff facts, tune in on Saturday. But until then, this is Sniffy McGee saying, get succulent.